California and Texas, two of the biggest powerhouses when it comes to producing NFL talent. So today, it's going to be a team of the best players from Texas versus a team of the best players from California. The Texas All-Stars will be rocking the Dallas Cowboys uniform, and their roster will feature the best players born in Texas. On the other side, the California All-Stars will be wearing the San Francisco 49ers uniforms, and their roster will include the best players born in California. Both teams will then compete in a collection of challenges and minigames, practice mode, franchise mode, and a head-to-head matchup to decide the winner. Each team will be allowed to bring in 4 former NFL players to help their team, 2 on offense and 2 on defense. Starting with the best quarterback born in Texas, Patrick Mahomes leads the way at a 97 overall. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's already won 3 Super Bowls. Backing him up will be Jalen Hurts, since he was born in Houston, Texas. At running back, the Texas All-Stars are bringing in their first former NFL superstar in Adrian Peterson. Born in Texas, AP had an incredible NFL career, even winning the MVP award in 2012. Joining him will be the speedy Devon Achane from the Dolphins, and then J.K. Dobbins will play fullback. As for the best receivers born in the state of Texas, Mike Evans is wide receiver number 1. He has over 1,000 receiving yards in his last 10 seasons, and he's on pace to hit 1,000 yards receiving once again this season. Joining him at receiver will be Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jalen Waddle, and Cortland Sutton. As for the best tight ends born in Texas, well, it was Kylan Granson and Brock Wright, 2 very low overall players. And to close out the offense for the Texas All-Stars, Trent Williams, Tyler Smith, Eric McCoy, Gene Upshaw, who will be the second former NFL player, and Lane Johnson will be protecting Patrick Mahomes under center. And then on defense, Myles Garrett is the highest rated right end born in Texas at a 98 overall. Joining him on the defensive line is Hall of Famer Mean Joe Green, Ed Oliver, Devondre Sweat, and Nnamdi Madubuike. Moving on to the best linebackers from Texas, Mike the Samurai Singletary will be the last former NFL player added to the team. And joining him will be Nick Bolton, Von Miller, Jordan Brooks, and DeMarvion Overshown. As for the cornerback position, Christian Gonzalez was born in Carlton, Texas, and is making a name for himself in the NFL this season by locking up wide receivers. The rest of the cornerback room includes Tariq Woolen, Zion McCollum, and Xavier Howard, who are the best remaining corners from Texas. The safety position was a little weak, as Deshaun Elliott and Quandre Diggs were the highest rated safeties born in Texas. And finally, Justin Tucker and Jack Fox will be the kicker and punter for the Texas All-Stars. Moving on to the California All-Stars roster, Josh Allen is the best quarterback born in Fireball, California, and he is having an MVP level season. And backing him up will be Jared Goff. At running back, Joe Mixon is the highest rated back born in California, and joining him will be Najee Harris and Zach Charbonnet at fullback. The wide receiver position is really where the California team shines, with Amon-Ra St. Brown being the best option. Joining him will be Devontae Adams, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, and Drake London. At tight end, the California All-Stars opt to bring in former NFL superstar Tony Gonzalez, and backing him up will be Zach Ertz. Closing out the offense for the California All-Stars, Tyron Smith, Joel Bitonio, Alex Mack, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Colton Miller will be protecting Josh Allen under center. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, Fred Warner was born in San Marcos, California, and he is the best middle linebacker in the NFL right now. Joining him will be Bobby Wagner, Clay Matthews, Bobby Okereke, Jalen Phillips, and Kayvon Thibodeau. As for the defensive line, Vita Vea is the highest rated defensive tackle who will lead the charge. And playing alongside him will be Kenny Clark, Leonard Williams, Arik Armstead, and Carl Granderson. Before we continue with this video, I have partnered with Geology to bring you this sponsored video. I've never really knew where to start when it came to finding the right skincare routine for me until I found Geology. I went onto their website and filled out a questionnaire to get a personalized skincare routine, and the one that they assigned to me was regimen number 7. Geology is a 32-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company, and recently I've been using the Everyday Face Wash each and every morning. After that, I would use the SPF 15 Tone Control Morning Cream. And before bed, I would wash my face with the Everyday Face Wash and then rub the night cream all over my face. I've always been a bit self-conscious of the black circles under my eyes, but after using the eye cream for a while now, I have noticed a huge difference. Ever since I started using Geology, I have felt a lot more confident, really happy with how my skin looks, and I love how simple it is to follow a skincare routine. If you scan the QR code, head to the first link in the description, or use promo code UPAndAdam70, you'll get 70% off your personalized skincare trial set, plus get up to an additional 50% off add-ons when added to the trial. Committing to better skincare does not need to be difficult. Moving on to the best quarterbacks born in California, Trent McDuffie has become a superstar in the NFL, and joining him will be Deron Bland, Jalen Johnson, TJ Reed, and Joey Porter Jr. To close out the defense, the California All-Stars are bringing in Hall of Fame safety Troy Polamalu. And backing up will be Cameron Curl, while Cameron Bynum will be the free safety on the team. And finally, Nick Folk and Brian Anger will be the kicker and punter for the California All-Stars. Both teams are absolutely stacked with superstars, So let's see which state actually produces the best NFL talent. Let's start with the passing skeleton minigame as their first challenge, and whichever team finishes with the most points will win this challenge. Patrick Mahomes and the Texas All-Stars will start first, and he was able to throw his quick check down to Devon A. who jukes out one defender before being tackled by Fred Warner. On the very next play, Mahomes throws a bullet of a pass to Mike Evans before going right back to number 13 for a touchdown. Mahomes continued to make some good reads, and with the multiplier up to 7, he finds Jalen Waddle on a drag route for the touchdown. Things were going great for the Texas All-Stars, but with about 20 seconds left, no receiver could get open, and the pass is knocked away. Mahomes managed to continue making great reads, but with just 2 seconds left, he overthrows a pass to Mike Evans, and the Texas All-Stars finish with 6,329 points. Josh Allen and the California All-Stars are up next, and he starts it off by connecting with Devontae Adams for a big play. Josh Allen is staying patient in the pocket, finding Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is just short of the end zone. He immediately goes right back to St. Brown for the touchdown. Josh Allen continues to make some great reads, like this pass to Brandon Ayuk for yet another touchdown. Unfortunately, on the very next play, Josh Allen tries to connect with St. Brown, but the ball is intercepted, resetting the multiplier. Even with that interception, Josh Allen did not let that affect him as he goes right back to his favorite receiver for a nice pickup. He went perfect the rest of the way, and the California All-Stars finished with 10,233 points, which was good enough to win the first challenge of this competition. The next challenge is a punt return. The California All-Stars will start first this time, and Amon-Ra St. Brown receives a punt and goes straight up the middle, picking up a solid 10 yards. On the very next attempt, St. Brown heads to the left side of the field, but he only manages to pick up 6 yards on that one. On the California All-Stars' third attempt, St. Brown tries to follow his blockers, but is tackled after picking up another 6 yards for a total of 22 yards so far. Joe Mixon is up next for the California All-Stars, and he starts off by going straight up the middle for 5 yards. Down to their last attempt, Joe Mixon receives a punt and heads to the left side and manages to pick up a solid 8 yards for a grand total of 35 yards. Adrian Peterson is up first for the Texas All-Stars, and after receiving the punt, he goes straight up the middle, picking up 9 yards. Not a bad start, and on his second attempt, the blocking breaks down, but AP jukes out one defender before running to the left side of the field where he managed to pick up 10 yards. With 19 total yards so far, AP receives a punt from the 31-yard line, and he goes straight up the middle, trucking a defender and picking up 14 yards for a total of 33 yards so far. The Texas All-Stars just need a couple more yards to win the punt return challenge, and on Jalen Waddle's attempt, he is tackled almost immediately, picking up 3 yards. As long as they don't lose yards on the last attempt, they will win this challenge. After receiving the punt, he is tackled pretty fast, but managed to pick up 6 yards for a total of 42 yards. And that was good enough to tie this competition at 1. Next up is the goal line face challenge, where 3 receivers on both teams go one-on-one with the opposing team's best corner. The Texas All-Stars will start first, and on their first attempt, Patrick Mahomes throws a great pass to Mike Evans, who manages to hang on to it for the touchdown. On attempt 2, Mike Evans beats McDuffie off the line, but Mahomes just overthrows the pass. Jackson Smith-Njigba is up next, and on attempt 3, Mahomes throws a perfect pass where JSN makes a great catch for the touchdown. On his next attempt, Pat McDuffie is all over him, forcing Mahomes to throw it incomplete. Jalen Waddle is the last receiver for the Texas All-Stars, and he's able to get a step on McDuffie before coming down with the pass. On their last attempt, Waddle manages to get free, but he could not catch up to the pass, and it hits the ground for an incompletion. The Texas All-Stars end up finishing with 3 touchdowns on 6 attempts. Josh Allen and the California All-Stars are up next, and on their first attempt, he throws one up to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who just barely beats Christian Gonzalez for the touchdown. That ball was placed perfectly. On his second attempt, Amon-Ra managed to get a step on Gonzalez before making a great catch for the touchdown. Devontae Adams is up next, but unfortunately the ball is overthrown and it hits the ground. Let's see if he can get a touchdown on attempt 4, and he manages to get a step on Gonzalez for the touchdown. The California All-Stars just need one more touchdown to win the goal line face challenge, and on Brandon Ayuk's attempt, Christian Gonzalez uses his height to swat the ball away. Last attempt, and Ayuk beats Gonzalez off the line and makes the catch. But did he keep both feet in bounds? And it looks like he does. The California All-Stars managed to score 4 touchdowns on 6 attempts to win the goal line fades challenge. Next up, we have the franchise challenge. Whichever team makes it the furthest in the season will win this challenge. And after simming the entire season, the Texas All-Stars finished with a perfect 17-0 record, while the California All-Stars finished with a 15-2 record. Although both teams made the playoffs, the Texas All-Stars have a first-round bye, and whoever makes it the furthest in the playoffs will win this challenge. Simming the entire playoffs to see which team makes it the furthest, and the California All-Stars were eliminated by the Seahawks in the wild card game. And it was the Texas All-Stars who defeated the Seahawks, then the Lions, and managed to take down the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, and more importantly, win the franchise challenge, and this competition is all tied at 2. The tiebreaker challenge is a head-to-head matchup where we have Patrick Mahomes leading the Texas All-Stars, going up against Josh Allen and the California All-Stars. On the Texas All-Stars opening drive, Mahomes decides to keep it for himself, and he's sprinting up the field and is tackled after picking up 21 yards. After a couple run plays, the Texas All-Stars were faced with a 4th down. Instead of punting the ball, Mahomes steps back and throws a great pass to Mike Evans for 24 yards. A couple of plays later, Mahomes drops back in the pocket and fires it over the middle, but Bobby Wagner is right there for the interception. Josh Allen opens the California All-Stars' first possession with a handoff to Joe Mixon for a short gain. He then immediately puts the ball in the air to Devontae Adams for 9 yards. After a couple more first down, Josh Allen finds Amon-Ra for a big 17-yard pickup. In the red zone, Josh Allen shows off his speed by rushing in for a 7-yard touchdown. The Texas All-Stars managed to kick 3 in the second quarter, and after slimming ahead, the Texas All-Stars scored a touchdown to take a 3-point lead heading into halftime. Josh Allen needs to get his offense going, and he was able to connect with Joe Mixon, who managed to take it 20 yards. A few plays later, Josh Allen finds a wide-open Tony Gonzalez, who was able to easily take it all the way for the touchdown to give the California All-Stars the lead. But Mahomes was not going away that easy, as he was able to connect with Brock Wright for a huge gain. Unfortunately, he ends up taking a sack, and the Texas All-Stars were forced to kick 3 to cut the lead to 1. On the California All-Stars' next drive, Josh Allen was absolutely slinging it, finding Amon-Ra St. Brown for a big gain. And on third down, Allen fires it to Tony G once again for yet another touchdown. Unfortunately for the Texas All-Stars, they failed to pick up a first down and had to punt the ball away. Josh Allen now has a chance to give his team a 2-possession lead, and he was able to find Brandon Ayuk for the first down. He continues to move his offense down the field with ease, and on 3rd and goal, he tries to get Tony G his 3rd touchdown, but it's knocked away by Deshaun Elliott. Instead of kicking 3 to take a 2-possession lead, the California All-Stars decide to go for it, and why not when you have Josh Allen who can use his legs to score. The game was looking like it might be over, but on 3rd down, Mahomes steps back and launches it down the field where Jalen Waddle has his defender beat and makes the catch for the touchdown, cutting the California All-Stars lead to just 8. Joe Mixon was then able to pick up a big first down, forcing the Texas All-Stars to use their first timeout. And on the very next play, Mixon takes the handoff and finds a hole, picking up another first down. And on 3rd down, Josh Allen decides to throw the ball, and he managed to pick up the first down, and the California All-Stars managed to win the head-to-head challenge, and ultimately winning the entire competition. I guess we have our answer. California produces the better NFL talent, and if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this one right over here, and I think you will too.